What's going on, guys? It's Rhetoric here. Today we are reviewing Aion Online 3.0. Today it marks a day that the 3.0 patch, which they call Truly Free, has finally come out. And bringing with it is a whole bunch of new different changes. Basically, you have a whole bunch of new lands for endgame content from the 56 to 60. The level cap has been raised from 55 to 60. And while I conveniently get lost around this whole map right here, I find a few things that are interesting. One, in this new zone called Sarpan, I think Sarpan or something like that. I can't really remember what it was called. Anyway, it's a neutral land. Basically, you cannot attack the enemy faction here, which makes the game really interesting, I think. I mean, because take a look at this right here. Walk up to this guy right here. See this guy with the purple name over here? Yeah, that's a guy from the enemy faction. And in fact, that's a high-ranking general right over there. So, like I said, you know, interesting stuff. Fighting alongside the opposing faction as opposed to killing them kind of makes it a little bit interesting. Now, there are zones in the game where you actually can fight, you know, the opposing faction in Sarpan. There's like a contested area, a few contested areas elsewhere, but for the most part, you know, you're just going to be not really minding the fact that they're there and running around. Doesn't matter if you're on the Elyos side or the Asmodean side, you're going to see players of your same faction and the opposing faction just kind of intermingling with each other. So that's interesting twist on things, I think. Not really sure what to feel about that because, you know, there's a whole bunch of problems that could possibly come up with this sort of thing. Like, say, for example, if you're PvPing in a contested zone and the person you're fighting decides, oh, hey, you know what? I really don't want to die to this guy. They could just as easily run to an uncontested zone, and yeah, there could just be a lot of grief coming from that. And I can already tell that it's a huge possibility of that sort of thing happening. Now, as far as the gameplay goes, nothing seems to have changed. You still have the same type of quests. With this type of game format, your regular quests are all done by, you know, you pick them up, there's a text thing, it says, okay, you go here, you do this, you do X task and you report back to me. The campaign quests, you go and let me rephrase that. With the campaign quests, you have pre-rendered cutscenes, and I'll let one play right now, just kind of show you.
Karun Strategy and into Tiamaranta. But there are many threats in Sarpan, and others have risen to fill the void of power left by the Valar. There is trouble in Kamar's dungeon that I would like you to investigate. Some Dragonbound broke loose, and we can't let them escape.
So there you have it. That's just an example of one of the campaign quests that you pick up. But like I said before, as far as the general gameplay goes, nothing has changed. It's still just the basic. You pick up quests, you level up, and then you go out in PvP in zones that you can find it. For zones that you can't, well, there's world bosses that you can fight, and I happen to run across a group of the Asmodeans fighting this legendary dragon thing dude over here, and you know, seeing them do that without worrying about getting ganked is a little bit of a relief, but at the same time it still just kind of weirds me out. Just, you know, it's like they're the opposing faction, you know, the whole premise of the game is to kill these guys, and yet here you are in this land where you don't really get to do that. So yeah, I really just don't know what to make of it at this point. I mean, it's a cool concept in theory, but you know, I can just see a whole bunch of problems coming from this. So yeah. Now, since the game has gone truly free, I'm not exactly sure if that means you still have to buy the physical game or not. I'm not sure if that's like a free download thing now, but I do know for a fact that there is no monthly subscription anymore. They have put a whole bunch in, they've opened up a online shop for mostly cosmetic things, which is a good thing. There is no pay-to-win items as of yet, which, hoping that they don't make the mistake of putting those in there, because, with pay-to-win items, the moment a company puts that in a game, the whole game goes to shit and no one really wants to play it anymore. So, hoping that they don't do that, and would basically kind of see how it goes. But like I said, since it's truly free, there's been an influx of new players. I explored some of the beginner zones and just saw so many new faces that I haven't seen before. I mean, I've never seen a starter zone so packed before since this game launched back in late 2009. Was it 2009 or 2010? Shit, I don't even really remember anymore. It's been so long. But all in all, it's a pretty fun game, and if you want to try it out, go ahead, pick it up. You're not really going to regret it too much. I mean, just be prepared for anything. So that's really all I got for right now. So enjoy the rest of the footage, and I'll see you guys next time. This is Rhetoric signing off.